Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Serenity Gaming's final broadcast for Week 1 in this Wintersplit. For those who don't know me, my name is CJ, and stepping in at the last minute to save the broadcast, we've got Hooney from the Hoonivers. How do you feel right now?
Well, I feel kind of fine though. Well, you can call me Hunike.
That sounds a lot easier for me overall.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that. Okay, so let's get right stuck into it. The two teams we've got in front of us here, we've got SRG Virgo and we've got ULM Gaming Esports LOL. Bit of a mouthful, but I imagine we'll just shorten it to ULM once again, trying to minimize the amount of work my brain has to do today. I understand that you actually went 1-0 already this week.
Yeah. We won the first game.
Cool. So at least we've got some winners on the desk right here. We've got
Yeah,
some
true.
quality broadcasts. That's how we know, because you've got that big 1-0. Have you played against either of these teams? I'm not sure who you're playing.
Yeah, I've played against Virgo a bit before, but that was a different team. But my team is actually facing Virgo next week.
Oh, I see. Good
So
scouting.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Virgo brings to the table.
Yeah, I think we all are for sure. I understand ULM are a new team coming in here, but obviously this being Serenity Gaming, the SRG teams are a bit of a mainstay. We will be getting into Champion Select shortly for you guys, but if we had to just let's run down Virgo since you have a bit more experience with them. Seems like they have very powerful solo laners and a bot lane duo, which does have proven synergy together, which might make Storefeed Aloe's job a little easier in that laning phase.
Yeah, that's true. Like, Keezus is a solo laner for sure. Like, he's strong as hell if he gets the champion he likes.
Which champions would you say he's more confident on?
Like, sure, he's a Riven Yasuo player, but he's pretty much really good on anything that can totally kill the opponent. That's kind of like his forces. He's really good on bruises.
That's a pretty strong archetype to have in your pocket right now at this point in the meta, especially with things like Fiora getting changed and buffed up and a lot of tanks kind of falling away. Pantheon's still really, really crazy in that top lane. Sylas has been taken away, but then if you've got that Riven and Yasuo as well, you've got the pocket picks to maybe pull out.
Well,
if you can get a nice back
Sylas did get reverted on his nerf, though.
Ah.
So he got his armor back, so we might still see him in the jungle as well.
I see. That is actually pretty interesting, because Sylas can have huge impacts on the way games play out and the way drafts play out, so we'll see if that comes into effect. If we have some real top-tier analysis coming right here, I checked earlier today, and Nico and Beta Benner crushed their Clash bracket last night. So these guys are running hot this weekend. But I mean, to draw out some actual worthy information from there, Beta Benner did play Rakan all 3 games, so that could be something that ULM could maybe look to take away from him. I'm not sure how you feel about Rakan in terms of without Xayah, if you think it's still like a really strong pick without Xayah, or for something you should really just try and get that duo for.
Well, like, Beta Benner loves anything that he can play make on. Like, he's a really, really strong playmake support. Like, really strong. He does some insane shit sometimes. But yeah, Rakan works fine without Xayah if you have a game plan for it.
I imagine they will do. I have big high hopes. This is my first game casting for SRG. I've got big hopes for the teams in front of me right here. I'm excited to see some top tier gameplay, and so far it's looking pretty good. These teams look like they actually know what they're doing, which I am really excited to see. We've covered Keezers in that top lane. What about the mid lane with Blocker? This guy, he looks like a very strong solo lane player, but we can't infer too much about his pool from his match history. So do you know much about what this guy likes to play? Maybe a style that he tends to go towards?
No, he's a new player on Virgo. I don't really know him.
Bit of an unknown quantity. I guess we will be going into drafts real soon, so we'll see what he pulls out. That must make it a little bit harder for ULM to deal with. On the other side, their mid laner, RoboX, he does have a little bit of a type. There's a lot of mobile kind of mages with the Ahri, LeBlanc, Akali, that kind of thing. Though there is a little pocket Orianna in there, and with that being buffed on this Worlds patch, that could be something that he could flex to as well. As we have gotten into pick and bans right now, and the first ban to be taken away is that Caitlyn.
Yeah, Caitlyn is just really strong in bot lane right now. Like, if you want lane control in bot lane, Caitlyn is just a sure pick pretty much every time.
Yeah, I think, was it the traps they changed? The activation time on traps? Or?
Yeah, and just her shoving in bot lane is just really strong. Makes it so you can get prio pretty fast, pretty much always.
And that could be something that SRG in general would be looking to do. They were, of course, the ones who banned it away. It's going to be the Elite He's taken away from Starfleet Aloe as well. He has quite a wide jungle pool from what I can see. He's got the Jarvan, the Elise, Rek'Sai, a lot of early game junglers potentially to help his team out. But the Echo has been taken away from Alexian. Much the jungler of note on this patch. Everyone's Alexian has been playing Xin Zhao, though I think he might be able to pull out. And given that Xin Zhao did get buffed on this patch a smidge as well with the damage and self-healing, do you think that's something that's actually a viable pick right now?
Oh, he's strong if you want to make stuff happen early on. Like, his mid game is not that bad either. The Halo play is really strong. You're doing. So if they pick that up, they're...
See if that is their choice there. The Nami has been taken away from the standard, but they must have the reasons for it. Pyke as well. We see an awful lot of Pyke coming out at this point. If I had to look and see these teams, the first pick is going to come down for the side of SRG Virgo. Which lane do you think that they'd be best placed taking up first? Is it good to go?
I think they might take Nautilus right now.
Oh, really?
Like, if you want to play make support, what's left is kind of Nautilus. I know Morgana's still up, but Morgana can only spell shield one, ult someone in the back, then you knock everyone else up.
Yeah.
Or they might just pick Aloe.
Yeah.
He really loves.
Yeah, and that is up until this point has been almost ever present. The Sejuani did get a little bit of a damage nerf on here, though of course the tankiness is still very impressive. And the Morgana is actually taken by ULM, so they're going to secure that potential pick potential. As you said, the Black Shield, though being a little less useful later on, is still quite important in keeping yourself safe in that lane and mid-game picks as well. The Rakan was taken away from Beta Benner, so he's not going to get that comfort pick. It's been paired with a Kai'Sa, the Morgana there.
Well, yeah, just gives Kai'Sa this extra bit of security against Sejuani right now. Oh, it's Raven.
Yeah, the Kai'Sa is a pretty solid pick. It doesn't really have any terrible matchups. It scales really well. You've got a lot of great options going into the mid and late game. Really great in team fights. The Draven would have been a pretty exciting one, though the Sivir, I think, is still definitely a good pick. A lot more reliable, a lot less feast or famine, maybe.
Yeah, it's just the 450 CS win condition. So.
Yep. We'll see if that pans out in that bot lane, I suppose. Looking at the side of top lane for ULM, I can't help but notice I'm fascinated by the amount of Tryndamere games in this guy's match history.
I don't think he's gonna. No. I don't think he's gonna pick it up.
Universe?
No.
Is there a universe anywhere where Tryndamere is a viable competitive pick, or is it just?
Well, if you ask someone called SRG Müller on this SRG server, he would pick that shit up because he's done it before.
Dang, did it work, or was it?
Nah.
Oh dear. Can't say I'm surprised.
Alright. Well, it seems like they want to go with the early game jungler as well.
Yeah.
With Gragas.
And you were right that Nautilus was picked up to round out the first side for SRG Virgo, so that's going to be a nice little bit of engage they have with Sejuani as well. Decent frontline building up for this Sivir, nice engage on the back of that on the hunt. And as you say, Relaxion has gone onto that early game jungler, the Gragas, which might be looking to put a lot of pressure onto the lanes from SRG Virgo as we go into the second phase of bans. Yeah. The Yasuo has been
taken. Yeah. It's going to be taken away.
Keezers, right?
Yeah.
So what's left for the Keezers right now? There's no Yasuo, still got the Riven, I guess.
Yeah, well, Riven is quite good right now. Like if you get the right matchup. But they don't have last pick, so I'm pretty sure they won't blind pick Riven.
Yeah, that's
like, I know his default setting when he's blind pitting used to be Ornn back in the day, when I used to play against him.
I respect that.
He would always play Ornn.
Yeah, really
I don't know what he's playing nowadays, but...
We'll have to see, as the last ban's about to come through for Virgo. The Akali taken away presumably from Blocker in the mid lane. We have seen him put a couple of games on that one. Still plenty of options though. The mid lane has been almost untouched up till now, just that Akali and Yasuo taken away. The Jax as well, removed from, I assume, Mo's Monkey. The Tryndamere might not be valuable, but still getting a hyper carry top laner in that Jax would have been scary. LeBlanc taken away from RoboX as well, so people are just going into the comfort picks, taking away things that they know their opponents are comfortable and skilled on as we go into these last round of picks. Meat Squeeze is going to be the first one to show us how ULM want to round out this team comp.
No, they're picking top lane now. I'm pretty sure I want to keep the mid lane pick for last. Would make the most sense, considering we have an early game jungler. Oh, no, they're just going to pick up the Ahri, it seems.
a pretty safe pick in that mid lane. It's
Yeah.
probably one of, if not the safest picks I can think of into almost any matchup. You got the
Yeah, Ari is really just, if you just go the Glacial Augment build, you're pretty safe, and your pick potential is just really high with a Gragas.
Yeah, you shove that wave out, you can rotate really easy to plays, you can get yourself out of trouble. Just a really all-round viable pick when you've already got that Kai'Sa offering a lot of DPS in those late-game fights. Syndra being hovered for SRG Virgo right now, they are going to pick that one up, so something that could actually look to maybe even pick up a kill early on Ari, or at least pressure out, maybe get some nice poke down.
Well, that matchup is just really, really skill favored, because Syndra is really strong right now, but Ari is kind of a counter to Syndra because of the mobility that Ari brings.
Yeah,
So
really
it's going to be
hard
interesting.
actually land that stun. Of course, if you can get inside the Syndra's guard, you can get that charm. But the Fiora has been locked in for Keezers.
Yeah.
This is something that we mentioned earlier. The fact that it has been buffed, it now can do extra damage to turrets, makes it even more of a split push threat, and is just always a massive team fight threat. Using the ultimate, the Grand Challenge, can completely change the course of a fight. So I do like this pickup for Keezers. Such a dominant player who can win out that lane. I think this is a great champion. And it's the Tryndamere.
Wow,
It's actually
alright, cool.
It's been done.
Well, yeah, they kind of fucked that one up, I would say. You don't blind pick Fiora when you have a better sideliner in Tryndamere. Because Fiora needs skill, like you need to outplay the opponent, and Tryndamere just right clicks on you.
Yeah, there's not really that much to outplay.
Like, Tryndamere beats Fiora later on. But if that Serentiy is just camping the Tryndamere early on, then Fiora can really snowball against the Tryndamere as well.
What a first game for me coming into Serenity Gaming here, with Moa's Monkey picking the, I would go so far to say, signature Tryndamere. Looking at his match history, this guy is so practiced on this champion, and is going up against a dominant lane player in Keezers on the Fiora. So potentially a rough one coming in for Keezers. We'll need to see if this
this is right, then Gragas is ignites my...
That would be a bad decision, I'm gonna hesitantly offer, because I feel like the flash body slam is... Okay, he swapped it. Body slam just thrown out the window. He needs that, right? It's only one of the best engaged tools in the game. So we are gonna keep it at least a little bit down to earth, despite the Tryndamere pick. So now that we have the comps all lined up side by side, looks like SRG, they've picked more usual champions. We've got a strong ADC, Syndra, very prevalent right now. Fiora recently buffed. Sejuani, nerfed but still very relevant. Nautilus, as you said, great engage. They've got really good team fight coming out of here. And then you've got ULM, which is just kind of a lot of champions in a row. I'm not really sure what the general game plan is coming out from ULM here.
Well, it kind of seems like ULM just want to play for picks.
Yeah.
You know, like, the Virgo lineup is just 4 people going together as a really strong 4-man group, and then just Fiora in a side lane trying to flank. So I would say I would give this one to Virgo right now.
I think there's definitely easier to execute, just going with a 4-man, 2 heavy frontliners with engage, 2 backliners with DPS and burst between them. So you just kind of find a nice situation. As long as you're even or ahead, you can pretty much go for a fight and be relatively sure you're going to win. There does seem to be a lot of outplay potential from ULM, though, in that remaining 4. Obviously, we mentioned that Moa's Monkey is mostly just going to be right-clicking his mouse, but with Ari and Kai'Sa, I feel like you can use that mobility to, dodge out a good engage, maybe get a nice counter engage, as you say, maybe find a pick or 2.
Well, like, they don't want to team fight at all. They want to play for picks. They want to set up Kai'Sa. Pretty sure that Gragas is gonna focus bot side together with Ari, because they need bot side to get ahead. Like, if you just let Sivir just sit down there and just farm, it's gonna be a rough one for UML later on.
Very possibly the Sivers. We've seen the Teddy defenses with the 3 inhibs down, and Sivers just cleaning them all. Really good scaling on that champion. Kai'Sa, though, of course, has relevant scaling as well, but maybe can't hit quite the same massive highs as Sivir. Syndra has taken the cleanse as well, so maybe looking a little more defensive, just looking to not get caught out. You did say that Ari does have kill pressure on this champion, has the ignite locked in as well, so I do quite like the choice by Blocker to take cleanse here, just to make sure that mid lane doesn't snowball potentially.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ari should have done the same, considering you're against the Sejuani jungle. And with the stun from Syndra and the Serentiy ult, you're pretty much just gonna get one shot. If they just keep going in there, like every time both ultimates are up, they can just win every time.
I guess
But
it
I
depends.
like the cleanse from Syndra on the fact that you can get out of RA. Like if you just get caught the first time, you have to flash.
Yeah. I guess it depends maybe on how RoboX is looking to play this lane. Like if he's going for the Glacial build, which is, you know, super high utility, you can get right in there, slow everyone with the GLP and get really good use there. But if you're taking Ignite, it implies to me that you're looking to try and get kills on this Syndra. You're looking to make things happen, and with the Gragas jungle as well, that seems very possible. So is it worth still going for an Assassin Electrocute build if that's your plan, or is Glacial Augment literally just the best, like, statistically in most situations?
Well, in this lane, I would have gone Electrocute. If you want to go Ignite, you have to match the Syndra in damage output, and you don't do that with Glacial. But he went Glacial anyways.
Yeah.
So just makes me think he's gonna be looking.
Yeah.
He might have a chance in kills unless up early on and Gragas gets a good gank. I don't see why he brought Ignite though. Sure.
Yeah, it seems like kind of half committal to both sides, where you don't get quite as much as either. So we'll see if that punishes RoboX in this lane. If CC off, as you say, can see that Most Monkey has taken lethal tempo on Trinity here. Isn't good now that it's in this better position? Is it just better, or is there a world where Conqueror is still the pick?
No. From what I've seen, it's what everyone goes because you don't really need the Conqueror because of the crit changes he got to his passive.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want lethal tempo so you can get as many crits off as you possibly can.
We are onto the Rift here on this game with SRG Virgo going up against ULM. This is our final game of the week. Full best of 3 coming here in Division 2. And looks like we have a pair of potential invades, or at least SRG Virgo looking to stop an invade, but it is coming from the top side. ULM haven't made the move yet. Someone's going to have to back away and go to a lane before too long, as the minions will be spawning in about 10 seconds. But looks like both of them have half an idea, but not a full committal to it, maybe.
No, they're just playing it safe, looking like we have Nautilus on one side, we have Morgana on the other. Like there are chances you can pick someone off, but they're just playing it safe.
Not looking to throw the whole game away at minute 1. That would be pretty rough overall. We are going to go back to regular starts. Gragas starting on that red side. He is going to be going down through that blue buff, you got to imagine, and Sejuani on the red side on blue. So relatively normal. I imagine we won't be seeing too much action out of the Sejuani for at least a few levels, but do you think it's worth action going for an early gank, maybe a level 2 gank, or does he just want to get his buffs before he starts making aggression?
Like, Gragas really wants his Predator boots, but sure, he can do it before. But all he has to do is just take his red side and recall, then he has his boots. So yeah, he's going to be looking for something before Sejuani goes online. Sejuani is a level 6 jungler. So Sejuani kind of want to just power farm for level 6 and then gank. Unless it's a free gank. While Gragas kind of has to make stuff happen early.
Yeah, we do know that the laners from SRG are incredibly strong, so, you know, they're likely to be potentially pushed up in the bot lane just through Sivir's immense wave clear. It's such a strength of that champion. Top lane could go anywhere, and I imagine mid lane be pushing away. RoboX using that Q to push up, so potentially some options for Sejuani to find an aggressive play, maybe on RoboX before 6. Oh, a nice hook there actually lands. A level 2 from Beta Banner. Meets who's been pushed right out of lane. Has to flash away. Only the Ignite expended for Beta Banner, threading the needle. Great start for that bot lane.
Yeah, like that's what Beta Banner does. He's so strong on anything that he can play make on.
Yeah, and another flash burnt in that top lane. Keezer's just pushed away. That level 2 did come through from Malaxian there. Didn't even go back for that boots. Just red, Krugs, flash burnt in top lane. That's another great start. So overall, pretty even, I would say. Meat Squeeze does just heal himself back up. He's got the TP if he needs it. But Beta Banner can keep landing hooks like that. This could get pretty dicey for ULM.
Yeah, I don't know why the Graga started Q in his jungle. You kind of want to start W because it gives you better clear. But I guess if they wanted to look for an early gank top lane, made sense.
He wants the slow, I guess. So you have the EQ maximum CC possible to try and get Keeses locked up.
Yeah.
Presumably wouldn't have the riposte at level 2. You probably have the parry, not the parry, the E, the double strike. Yeah. I'm not sure what the ability actually name of that is. But
I don't know.
Who knows, man? Who even knows? Who plays Fiora anyway? So Relaxion has moved onto this bot side now, picking up that scuttle, though he has been on a ward. So he's probably not going to get too much done on the side of SRG Virgo. Doesn't know that himself, though. Might see him run in for an attempt. Oh, here he comes. He's coming down. He's got right behind them. He was on a ward, but they didn't even notice. He's gotten right in there. A hook from Beta Benner to open up, trying to get to safety. Spell should used by Nico. The binding lands onto Beta Benner, though. Flash is available. Procs that with the Flash Ignite forward. Benner holds the Flash and gives up his first blood for it. Borieco just sneaking that one away. Little greedy from the side of Beta Benner.
Yeah, he should have flashed that one earlier. But really nice play by Relaxion. Like, he needs to make stuff happen early, and he does. That's really good. Need to put the pressure on Virgo so they don't just sit back and just relax and scale until they win.
Yeah, that is 2 completed ganks. I would say successful as well, with the Flash Sprint top lane and the First Blood bot lane, all without the boots being bought. So he's going to have a nice first back when he goes back. Gets both his buffs, his full jungle, and a lot of work done on the map. So really great work by Relaxion to, as you say, put the pressure onto SRG Virgo here.
Yeah, exactly. And like in top lane, we have Fiora going Ravenous Hunter and Taste of Blood second, so there's not going to be any movement speed when she ults. So Serentiy might honestly just be able to run Fiora down level 6.
Yeah, it looks like Keezers is applying the pressure early on, as really without that ultimate, without any items to boost up your auto attacks, Tryndamere is going to have a little bit of a tough time. The Vitals doing a lot of work for Fiora, but he's pretty happy here. He's relatively even in CS, including the wave. Just farming up, and actually Morgana has shown up in this lane. This is both bot laners going for an early lane swap, perhaps. Keezers finds himself in a 3v1 with no flash available. He has got to be a little angry about this one. Meat Squeeze cleans it up for a kill, and then TP's right back to bot lane. I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
Well, that is spicy, but it's one of the advantages of going teleport on your AD carry. You can do some weird shit early on, and don't lose for it, because you can get instantly back into bot lane.
Yeah, and the TP is going to have to be used from Keezers to get back into lane. The Dragon's been started up. It is an Ocean. Nice early game strength if SRG can pick it up. But look at the side of ULM. They're rotating. They've got the vision. Dragon is falling very low. It's down to 1,000. It's going through, but the flash comes in early, and it is secured by blue team. But now it's a 4v2, and this is going to be another, at least 1 kill. RoboX has no mana, but is ulting over. Can't secure Beta Benner. That's going to be 2 kills once again going to ULM, but at least the Dragon goes for Virgo.
Yeah, I'm not going to call worth on that one.
No, extra kills in the pocket your bot lane and the enemy jungler. It's debatable because it's an Ocean, I suppose, but overall, losing tempo early on. They're over 2k gold behind now. This is really not a great start.
No, it really isn't. The only positive thing is it's Morgana picking up 2 kills.
Yeah. Not the ideal place to have that. You gotta believe that pickaxe can turn into a BF sword if you just have a kill instead of an assist for Meat Squeeze. Still gonna be happy with the lead, and Sivir actually does manage to pick up that BF sword. So does have, you know, equivalent power in that bottom lane. If they can find a hook, which Beta Benner does, instantly the Boomerang Blade comes out and Meat Squeeze forced to retreat again. No summoners available though, so there's no follow-up for Virgo. Really liking the hooks from Beta Benner, honestly. He is doing a lot of work in keeping his lane in this. If he can't force Meat Squeeze back out, he's had to go for the full recall. This is how the Sivir is able to maintain this CS lead, and I feel like this is so important for Virgo in stabilizing this lane.
Oh, it really is. Like, you need Sivir to be as safe as possible. She doesn't have flash. So you just want her sitting there, auto-attacking all the minions, getting all the juicy farm, getting all the items, and then win.
Oh, Mose Monkey's gone in. He's got past the riposte. Isn't going to get more, though. Just walks away. But now, already, just with the Tiamat bot, he's got that slight XP lead because of the way he's been holding this wave. And now, this could get very painful for Keezers quicker than I thought. I thought that he'd at least have the length of the lane where he would have control of the situation.
Yeah, but the only positive thing is like the way they made the riposte work now is it reduces the attack speed of your opponent heavily. So if you just use it every time Serentiy just ease on you, well then you reduce his attack speed so he can't hit you.
Yeah.
Like more than once maybe, and then you get a free trade and can walk away. But you have to play carefully, otherwise you're just gonna get clapped.
There's definitely massive extra value, specifically in the Tryndamere matchup. We see him finally pushing that wave up. We come back to this bot lane. It looks like Relaxion is just walking around mid lane right now. We haven't seen much of Storefed Aloe after that early unfortunate death in the Dragon Pit, though he does have that level 6 now. We could see that Glacial Prison come out, maybe try and turn the tide of one of these lanes.
Yeah, like now we see Ala just hit level 6 as well. He needs to be looking for something.
Which lane do you think is the best option to go for here? Is it easier to gank Moa's Monkey, or I mean the ultimate makes it difficult, or do you want to go for this bot lane? I mean the hooks have been so good from Beta, maybe get a good follow-up?
Well, like if they can bait out the Black Shield in bot lane, and then he comes down, then sure they have a chance. But right now, it's just really hard for him to gank any lane. Ari has ultimate, can get out. Tryndamere still has ult and flash. Both bot laners have flash. Like they just have so many ways of getting out of the gank.
Definitely a tough one. The mid lane has been pretty quiet, probably just a lane pushing fest, though Syndra has managed to actually accrue a CS lead. Oh, another beautiful hook through the minions from Beta Benner, but here comes Gragas on the return gank. The ult comes down to meat squeeze. Actually been blowing up before he can do anything, and now there's an AD carry only on the side of Virgo. Relaxing just has to walk away. Boreaco at least lives, but great pick by Beta Benner once again, just comboing meat squeeze down.
Yeah, Meat Squeeze really needs to start dodging those, otherwise they're gonna throw the lead away.
I was informed in the pre-game lobby by Meat Squeeze that he was either inting or making superhero plays, so I think we know what side he's falling on right now. We're gonna need to try and shift that needle over to the other side before this lead that he has managed to accrue off the back of good team plays and Gragas pressure. Don't want to see it slip away just from too many hooks.
That is true.
You look
Like I just feel like Beta Benner should roam away from this bot lane now. Sivir can sit there by herself now. And just wave clear the minions. He should really start roaming. See if he can get the ultimate of Ari. So they have a chance to kill there. Get Syndra even more ahead. Like Syndra has a really big CS lead right now, but they have to do something on the map.
Yeah, Sivir actually already had a 20 CS lead before the recalls there and is going to be able to pull this one back up. Really great performance by Nico on this CSing so far, as well as following up on the engages from the Nautilus. As you say, they might be able to blow Ari's safety features, but they are all rotating down, and Ari has that locket already, so it's going to be even harder to finish this one off. As Moa's Monkey goes aggressive once again. Minion wave in the back pocket as well. Really nice trade for that Tryndamere.
Yeah, Tryndamere just presses Q and wins the trade because he heals so fucking much.
Oh, missed charm. Their blocker just walks straight over the ward. This is an Infernal Dragon. Looks like they're wanting to contest. TP is available for Mo, but not for Keys. This is most likely going to be a 4v4. Now it's Virgo. They're all kind of crushed into this middle with Kais on the bot lane. 3 more on top. This could get a little awkward if anyone gets caught out. Dragon still doing damage as well. They are walking away on vision. No one wants to fully commit for this Dragon, it seems, yet.
Yeah.
They're moving back in there. They've got wards down and they just keep activating it and walk away. RoboX has just gotten bored, goes back to mid lane. Now Blocker has to go and find it as well. Looks for the charm, looks for it, doesn't find it, maybe expects a move to the side, but is just going to get nothing. That's going to be another wave picked up in Syndra. They're still dancing around this dragon, but the vision is so heavily in ULM's favor. They've got so many pinks invested into this river. Oh, here comes the TP.
Yeah, and now they're just saying, all right, we don't want to wait anymore. Let's just grab this and get on with it. Because they're wasting so much time doing it.
There is no vision for Storm, but they've actually got the engage. Sejuani goes in, Gragas is coming back and trying to get it, but he lost it. Sejuani steals it away, and it's just going to flash out of the pit now. Beta Ben is trying to get something back, throwing down all the CC he can offer. Now, Ari unable to find it, but flashes forward to secure this one. Surely doesn't quite go down. That ends up being a 1 for Stolen Dragon, but hang on a second, Relaxion's caught. Blocker on this ultimate. Actually, just pushes it back. The Unleashed Power trades it away. Blocker turns it on Gragas's head. Now it's a 1-for-1 with the dragon stolen. That is, we're questioning whether the last dragon fight was worth. This one absolutely wasn't.
I would say worth for Virgo. Like, they get the Infernal Drake. They want to scale, so that's a perfect Drake for them to get. But after that, it was just a bit of ending on both sides, to be fair.
Smidge, just a
smidge. But yeah, relaxation should never have left the pit. Otherwise, you would have been able to get the Drake, even though Alo just jumps in and gets it. He even fails his smite because he got insecure when Johnny jumped in.
Another hook onto Meat Squeeze forces the instant flash. No ult or flash available for Nico, but just not even wanting to entertaining the idea of being hit up more. Meat Squeeze feeling the pressure in this bot lane still. Because now there are 2 dragons down. They still have their 1k gold lead. But overall, looking a little more shaky going through these objective plays. Like top lane has gone relatively in the favor of Fiora as well. 20 over 20 CS up now, thanks to that TP down from Mo's Monkey. The TP was used by Tryndamere and the dragon wasn't even secured. So that's really not doing wonders for them. They're now forcing this 2v1 on Relaxion. A TP from Kai'Sa's coming in. We've seen it once before, but it's just going to be too late. Relaxion gets absolutely monstered. Mo's Monkey wants to try and get something out of this. Blocker waiting in the wings with a beautiful double stun to completely push away that aggression. And that is just a clean kill picked up for the side of Virgo, and the TP from Kai'Sa burned.
Yeah, I don't know why Kai'Sa TP'd. Like, that's a lost fight. Fiora procs the Serenity passive so fast.
Oh, another Glacial Prission comes out. They banishing Burrito to the Shadow Realm. That's a shutdown. Beta Benai, that's another hook onto Ari. Massive burst damage. Just destroys RoboX. He gets pushed away for hanging around too long. Beta Benner, he is baiting in the enemy team and hooking them and CCing them. He is doing so much work for his team.
Yeah, he's really, really good. But now it's turning into Virgo's favor. Like, they're fighting around the Fiora, who's quite strong right now. They're fighting around Syndra, who's really strong right now. And just letting Sivir just sit in bot lane and scale while they take this Rift Herald for free.
Store-fed Aloe didn't have too much impact in that early 1 to 6 levels, but now that the ultimates are online, showing up to all the right fights, getting those nice Glacial prisons, and forcing the pressure back on to the side of ULM. Now that it's evened up pretty much, in fact, it's gone slightly in the favor of Virgo. Who do you think actually is going to be able to win in the super late game? I think early on you said that you thought it would probably be Virgo just because maybe the Sivir scales up so well, Fiora as well. But do you think that if this game goes 40 minutes, who do you think's got the, oh, hang on a second, Relaxion's gone straight into Blocker. That is going to be an easy CC chain as well. RoboX does finally get one back in this mid lane. Blocker unable to get away from that. No summoners to hand. But as I said, once this game goes super, super late, if it does, this is going very evenly right now. If it goes 40 minutes, 6 items everybody, who actually takes the advantage at that stage?
Oof, then it comes down to who in the side and wins. Because they have so much wave clear on either side, so they can pretty much just look at each other and clear the wave. Yeah. While nothing happens, and Fiora and Tryndamere has a lot of fun in the side lane, you know?
Oh, beautiful explosive cast, knocks Thor right back in, but it's not quite enough. Black Shield at least saves him from that dredge line. The turret not going to quite do it. Charm goes wide as well, RoboX, but the binding will land. There's just no damage to follow it up, though. Lucky for Storefed to get out of that one alive, I would say.
Well, he does have Merc Threads.
He does. That's the big value right there.
And his passive. Like, his passive gives him a lot of MR.
Yeah, great choice for that buy there. You got to look at the side of ULM and say Merc Trades are pretty much... Oh, we've got a little 1v1 going on here. Nico forced to on the hunt away. Meat Squeeze, he's down in CS still, but is able to win this 1v1, it seems, so far.
Well, Kai'Sa is the assassinated carry. Like, in TFT, she's a Void Ranger assassin. You know?
Even right.
Because Kai'Sa's really strong when the Q gets isolated, and you can pretty much just kill any other AD carry.
Yeah, and the addition of this Mana Moon build that gives you so much more early power, so much cheaper than the previous items. You can get really good value off that one so early on. It really helps, I think, in this stage, this 15-25 minute stage where everyone's got a couple of items on deck. Kai'Sa's going to have a little bit more power going in just because you've got those finished items off, and that does seem to be showing now as the dragon has come up once again. We've got yet a third type here. We've got the Mountain Drake. This could be very valuable for both sides, and it looks like they might want to contest it again.
Yeah, Gonna see if, but this time this time it's Fiora with the TP.
True. The cooldown is coming down very slowly for Mo's Monkey. He's almost got it. Ben is looking for this hook, does land it. We knew he was going to. And the ultimate comes down, then Ignite. That's the easiest kill I've seen all day. When Beta Benner is landing his hooks, there's just nothing that Meat Squeeze can do. And now the Dragon will surely follow for the side of Virgo.
Yeah, it's just Beta Benner just showing why he's so goddamn
Another
good.
hook and another explosion of action. No one can escape this man right now. He is just walking all over them.
Yeah, you can't really ban him out. Like, anything he can play make on, he's good at. So you can't really ban him out either.
Yeah, it's just,
But he's just so good at making plays.
he is absolutely doing so much work for the side of Virgo. They're going to converge on this bot lane tower. And here comes that Herald that they secured earlier. 1 tower apiece right now. It's about to become 2. We'll have to see. Now that this bot lane is pretty much over, we might see this top lane matchup gets mixed up. Maybe Sivir and Beta go up to that top lane and let Keys go down into that bot lane instead of just going for this 1v1, though it must be said, Fiora's doing a pretty good job on it so far. Unleash Power easily stopped up by that Locket. Echo gets a nice binding on, cleansed away, the Ignite's gone down too, and there's no ultimates. Roborek straight back into the fight, using those ultimate charges, but he gets burst down by the Q, the electrocute finishes him off, and it has to be the Ignite from Ahri that ticks down Blocker. How did he get away with that one?
He's reached the point where his Q does 25% more damage to champions.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really need the ultimate when Ahri went for these Sock Shoes and knock Merc Threads.
Yeah.
So it's just so much damage. But Morgana played it really well. Used the binding to get the cleanse and then ultimate. But yeah, Blocker just showed why Serentiy is really strong right now.
Yeah, Echo doing their absolute darndest to try and get that one secured, but now Beta Benner and Sivir, they are walking up to this top side, as we said. Meat Squeeze and Echo already there to meet them, though. Mo looking like he's just taking any wave that he can get at this point, so we're pretty much out of this laning phase, and now we're maybe going to start to see some more pitched battles, as Beta Benner's going to round up another hook target. He does get it onto Echo. That is going to be a good start. Black Shields come down. No one actually secured here. The ultimate comes down onto the Kai'Sa, walks back to the tower easily. Nothing secured there. A rare misfire from Beta Benner. Finally, they escape the flash forward. That is another misfire, but in comes that hook. He's been given another chance to redeem it, and that's going to be relaxing going down. Storefed now here to back up. They might look for this dive. They have the Glacial Prison. They do have Sivir. They've got the hooks, and there goes the Syndra Stun over the wall. And the flash hook from the Nautilus. Beta Benner catches Meat Squeeze again, who escapes on a sliver, but the flash forward from the Sejuani is going to force her to take this fight and lose. Beta Benner is just getting so much value, and the side of Virgo playing together as a team, they wipe out ULM almost.
Yeah, that's just the power of the CC chains they have, like Sejuani into Syndra. Well, that time it was the other way around. Syndra stun into Sejuani ult, and Nautilus just so much CC with all the damage to make it work.
Beautiful
really well
stun
played.
over that wall from Blocker there. I didn't even see him on the screen, and then the stun comes over, and that's just another trigger to go. Mo's Monkey did pick up some towers in that middle lane. He's gone full Tryndamere mode now. He's just going to ignore his team and farm a wave and push it.
Yeah, but that's the solo queue style, you know?
Yeah. It's always a little scary. When there's a Tryndamere, you're kind of doing something, you get good value, but you realize you lost a couple of towers on the other side of the map. It's always just a little worrying, like, well, we can't let him do that forever, because then we'll just lose an inhib, and then we'll lose the base, and now that they have the Baron at least, they can use this to maybe push this Tryndamere off. Keys is going to have an even easier job pushing those waves out. But Mo's Monkey scaling up. He's got almost that second item completed, and it's got to be getting a little scary.
Yeah. Now we have the 2 item complete on Fiora.
True.
Now that lane against Tryndamere is gonna be hella fun for Fiora.
Yeah, that Triforce coming through. Really strong procs on that Vital as well. So now we're going to see if they're able to put this one. Kiza has gone down into that bot lane, so they are choosing to match that one up. And now we have this 4v4 that we mentioned earlier on. Beta is still looking for those hooks on the side. The Baron is going to hopefully help them stay safe, as the engage and the pick potential from ULM that you mentioned still very much something that needs to be afraid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the damage is still there. Now Ahri can start building other items, like real damage items. Now she has both her slow items.
Oh, it's another hook from the Nautilus, and he just blows up the Ahri. How does it always happen every time? Buryoko gets destroyed as well from the follow-up from Nico. They have got these Demolish coming through. They've got the Baron Wave in their pocket. They're pushing up to this tower. This has got to be an inhib cracked. Beta Benner doesn't miss that hook. The Glacial Prison does land, but the Body Slam already gets full action to safety. I think it's just going to be an inhib. But, oh, double stun from Blocker. This could be another kill. This could be so pivotal. They do get away. Not quite ready for it. Wave pushing up in that bot lane, though. Maybe this is a second inhibitor. Death timer still ticking for Ari. This is going to be 2 inhibitors down, and now they can get away with all the pressure in their favor. So easy from them from now on. The Dragon's even spawning. SRG Virgo, they're looking on the verge of taking this game 1.
Yeah, they really are. They look really, really good right now. Really good communication. They're on the same page of what they're doing. It looks kind of clean.
Yeah,
they're
it
closing
looks really clean.
Yeah, they're closing this out really clean. I'm guessing like 5 minutes and then the game is done.
Well, that's possibly even a conservative estimate. They've got all 4 dragons, 2 inhibs down, 2 of them have mountains as well. They can just get rid of these towers so easily. The waves they don't have to worry about anymore. This can easily just be a 5-man stack top lane and they can run it down.
No, I would still put the Fiora in the side lane, but it seems like they're just going 5-man top, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Nico is just going to shove in that mid-wave first. The Mo's Monkey still adamantly going on those towers. He will not be denied his Tryndamere playstyle. He gets chunked down to almost nothing and has to burn the ultimate, though. Blocker comes in, real action, and gets pushed away. Mo's Monkey flashes away to keep his life. Now they come in. Boriko's flashed him with those chains. He actually just gets burst down, comes out of that Zhonya's to no avail, and here comes the Glacial Prison to follow up. Beta Benner comes in with that ultimate. You know he ain't missing. He's walking up into that hook. Ari gets locked up. The ultimate charge is used to try and escape, but the Q damage is just insane. Beta Benner keeps chasing. They turn back. They finally go to this top lane. Still 2 kills for none. Still super minions hitting the base. Now they're finally knocking on this top lane tower. This is going to the final seconds as Beta Benner. He's hunting potentially for Ari.
Oh, and Keith is going to end the game.
He's just going for it in a 3v1, just pushing those minions in. The rest of his team doing the by-the-books method, getting that last tower and him down. They just gave up. They're bored of that nonsense. They're just going to go into these Nexus towers. Moves forward, so much wall in front of them. Beta Benner joins as well, and they are just going to knock this down. Not really much fight from ULM at the end there. That's a GG, and game 1 pretty commandingly taken by SRG Virgo.
Yeah, they really showed up. Like, they showed you have the better comp, and they executed it. Really good.
Yeah, really nice execution there. I can't praise Beta Benner on this Nautilus. Had so much impact in his whole team ahead. So much impact in fights. Great CC application, always finding those important targets. And the rest of his team put up really solid performances too, I feel. Blocking that mid lane didn't succumb to the pressure. What we said was a matchup that would turn against him later on. Had a good performance, and then by the time his team comes to help him, he's in a good position. Really love that from SRG Virgo. We'll need to see if ULM can adapt going into this second game.
Yeah, they need to find out what went wrong in this game, and then just find something that's more comfortable for them, because they looked a bit out of sort of how to make their team comp work. Meanwhile, Virgo just needs to do the exact same thing.
Exactly. There was glimmers of hope from the start. They did end up going 4-0 up to begin that, so they did have a decent idea of how to play that early game, but as you say, the comp from Virgo was just
relaxation needs to get off the Gragas. I don't think his Gragas was that good.
No, a couple of missed body slam flashes. There were some good cast combos, but overall it just didn't seem to have the impact that I think Gragas needs to have when you're going up in a Sejuani, where you know they're not going to do too much. You pretty much got free reign to try and affect the lanes. Wasn't able to do so. So unfortunately, that is going to be ULM going 1 down. SRG Virgo 1 game away from taking this best of 3. We will be back very shortly. Going to go to a quick break. Do not go anywhere, guys. Welcome back, everybody, to Game 2 on this last game of the week here at Serenity Gaming's Autumn Split for Division 2. We have SRG Virgo taking Game 1 over ULM Gaming Esports in a pretty commanding fashion. We're going to get into Champs League very quick for this Game 2. We're hoping to see some adaptations from ULM. As Hunich said a little before the break, they seemed a little out of sorts. What do you think they need to do to get on sorts, as it were? What do you think the problems were that they were having?
Like it seemed like they wanted to force a comp. They might have been working on it, but it just seemed weird to put in the Trendemir. Sure, you want to match if you're in the side lane, but with the rest of your comp, you don't really have it. They can't really do stuff on their own. The format group, they have pick potential, sure, but against two heavy frontliners and a lot of damage, you can't really do anything. So I would really like them to try and match the team fight and pick something more team fight orientated instead of the pick potential, because it really didn't work.
Yeah, we never really saw Moa's Monkey get a chance to flex that Trindamere strength at any point. We saw him take a lot of towers, so I guess you gotta have that facet of the champion down, but didn't really get to see him take any strong 1v1s in side lanes, no big team fight impact, so not really much we saw at all from him there, just because all of the fights were going on elsewhere, mostly off the back of Beta Benner's Nautilus. Do you think that's going to make its way through bans here, or do you think they're going to try and take it away?
They're going to ban the Nautilus and he's going to pick Thresh.
That would be probably the closest substitute. The Rakan might have its place taken by the Nautilus as well. We need to see if they are scared enough of that one. The Elise has remained, taken away from Storfinello, and the Fiora actually taken away from Keezers. So either Rakan or Nautilus is potentially going to be available going into first picks, unless they choose to first pick it themselves.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're going to first pick the Nautilus now. Just take it away. But at least open the Rakan. So they might just go for Rakan if they don't ban either.
Yeah, the Caitlyn has been taken away once again by SRG, happy with not having Meat Squeeze on that one. And even on a champion like Kai'Sa, with so much mobility and utility tools available, Beta was still managing to land those hooks time and time again. So maybe they're feeling pretty confident about that one. And also the Echo, obviously taken away from Malaxin, that Flavor of the Month jungler. The Nami's been taken away again. So
his Nami is really, really strong.
Dang. That's just, it's such a different kind of style. If you think for Nautilus and Thresh, and also being like a super good Nami, that just really tells me that this guy, as you said, you said earlier in the first game, he's such a multifaceted player. He's got such a wide pool, you can't ban him out. So maybe they're just think, well, I guess we'll just take the Nautilus. That's the lesser of two evils. We'll take this fish away.
Like his Nami just has aimbot on those bubbles. Like it's
Dang.
so clean. I feel like they're gonna pick either Sire or Nautilus now. They kind of have to. Yeah. Otherwise, they leave open the Rakan.
Yeah.
And Nautilus is pretty good into them.
Okay, so
that might be a placeholder.
Okay, I hope it is, because otherwise I am somewhat stumped at this point. Just to catch that.
It's Rakan. Yeah. They took away the Rakan.
Okay, that would have been pretty crazy. So Keezers is still hovering that Xayah, so they are still happy taking that one, despite the fact that Rakan is not on the table. So he's still going to be happy with that, not choosing to go back to that Sivir. And just to catch that last ban, the Orianna was taken away from RoboX as well. So they are clearly not worried about the Ahri, but Orianna being a buff champion, something that he does have. He managed to rack up an over 4-point KDA on this champion so far, so he's no stranger.
And there was the Thresh.
There it is. You called it, and it came through. Nautilus available, but did not even take it. Chooses to go for the Thresh instead.
Thresh is really good into Rakan. Same for Nautilus, but Thresh is more safe, even though, and he has his Lantern as well. So
yeah, Thresh does have, I think, the better defensive options to go with that hook as well from the Rakan. Relaxian looks like he is opting back into this Gragas. He said you didn't want to see him on it again. So something like the Xin Zhao was still available. I guess he is still choosing to go back to this one. Overall, I think that it's not the worst. Like I say, he had some high points, had some good combos, but it didn't look as clean. Maybe let's say that game was a warm-up game. Now we're going to see it on point. No missed flash body slams. This is going to be sick.
Yeah. Oh, they go the Rakan Lucian bot lane. That's a bit more power, so we're going to see the Gragas going bot side this time. Like, really try to focus that bot lane.
Meat Squeeze going on to a more lane dominant champion on this Lucian, trying to take the fight to Nico and Beta Banner. And Stirfed Aloe is going to opt back into that Sejuani. Nothing broken there, no need to fix it, go straight back into it. Knows his lanes are performing well, can just get up to that level 6 and then offer the CC chain to get things started. Jack's taken away once again from Mo as Monkey. Though without the Fiora now in the backbook for Keezus, we'll need to see what he chooses to take, as the final pick is in the favor of Virgo, so they potentially get their counter in mid or top.
Well, I feel like they're just gonna leave the counter pick open for Keezus in the top lane. Like, he has the mental advantage from last game against Moe's Monkey, so I feel like they're just gonna put Keezus on something where he has a really good matchup, so they have something to play around.
Yeah, he was nice CS building up, was doing well in the trades too, so he's definitely got to be confident going into this game. LeBlanc has been taken away from RoboX once again, so now we have things like the Ahri are open, things like the Akali, RoboX has some experience on, and the Riven has actually been taken away from Keys as well, so no comfort allowed, no Fiora, no Yasuo, no Riven. Gotta find something new to pull out the bag.
Yeah, well, he has a few more champions.
There's a few more in the game, I think.
Yeah, there's a few more. He can pick something up.
Yeah, he's probably just open Lolalytics right now. Find the one with the highest win rate. Just pick that one. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
Blocker's going back on the Syndra.
He's gonna go Darius. Yeah, well, his Syndra was really good, and it worked well into what they were doing. So I don't see why they shouldn't. Like I said, they just do the same thing they did before.
Yeah, this is more or less the same deal. You've changed the bot lane, but it's still a really nice scaling lethal tempo, potentially ADC with a hook champion that Beta can make some impact on. So I do really like the option to just go back to what works. And however, ULM seems to be also going back to what works, except it didn't work the first time. So RoboX following Relaxion's lead and going back into that Ahri in the same matchup, this seems like a bit of a ballsy move, to put it lightly.
Yeah, I feel like they're just trying to say, all right, we can make this work. We've been working on this, so we can make this work. Yeah. Oh, Camille is really strong right now in top lane as well. But I feel like he might be able to pull it off Keezus. I think he might go Darius here.
It's a decent pick for Moe's Monkey to just have. Doesn't once again
or Renekton.
A lot of different champions, and it is going to be the Renekton potentially locked in for Keezus there. This is going to be a spicy one in the top lane, I think. A lot of blows being traded potentially, and that could be another lane that becomes even more in their favor now for Virgo.
Well, no, Camille outscales Renekton when it comes to side lane, only because of the Camille true damage on her Q. Her damage output later on is just so insane, and the lockdown is really strong as well. But if Aloe just puts a little bit of pressure topside, well, then the Renekton can just bully the Camille outer lane.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw last time, we were pretty sure that Tryndamere outscaled the Fiora in the side lane, and unfortunately a fat lot of good that did for them, as they didn't get a chance to get to that stage. So Virgo, I imagine...
like this, last game they went early on top lane, forcing the flash out, but didn't do anything after that. Didn't come back, didn't do anything, just left them there. So Fiora just got a free lane.
Just chilled out.
Farm up. Yeah.
Well, might see a little bit more going on here. Though, of course, the Camille, I think, is something that can be a lot more useful in terms of team fights. So we might see Moe's Monkey rotating to his team a lot more often this game, as having that Hextech ultimatum to lock down somebody like Nico, someone like Blocker on this Syndra who can't get away, could be invaluable to them and maybe actually secure these picks. There were times that ULM was finding picks but not securing the kill. They were escaping on 1 HP, and having an extra champion there with a bit more lockdown, a bit more damage, could be their key to actually sealing the deal, getting a real lead going.
Yeah, and I just got reminded by Twitch chat that the bot lane gang top lane as well. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was... I don't know how I forgot about that one, honestly. That was some of the craziest stuff I've actually seen in a while. The straight just walk up top lane into TP back bot lane. I mean... Yeah, Moe's got to be on his toes right here, as does Keezers. There's some wacky stuff that could come out.
Like I like the support roaming after backing and roaming to maybe top lane or mid lane.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect the AD carry to go with. Like...
No, normally you just expect like a Blitzcrank or maybe a Bard to just kind of nip up, see if you can get a nice CC, and then just walk away like, I didn't lose anything. but bring some extra firepower, I guess. Why not? Why not? So we are going to have the cleanse currently on blocker once again. I think that was the right choice before for sure. I think it got him out of a lot of clutch situations when he just had that extra CC removal. Gets enough time to throw that last Q down and secure another kill or two. So I like going back to this one.
I just feel like this one is still in Virgo's favor because they have a clear comp of what they want to do. And then ULM goes back to this. All right, we have some pick. We have an early bot lane who's strong. We can maybe snowball off that. So they're going to be looking to make plays bot lane. Otherwise, Virgo can just do the exact same they did last game and just wait until they're strong enough and then just run them over.
Yeah, from my perspective, this is my first game watching an SRG. This is my first experience of both of these teams, and it looks to me like SRG pretty much dominated game one, and now they are playing almost exactly the same team in terms of the function, and the key pieces are still there, and they're going up against ULM again, who also have the same key pieces in the fact that they have an Ahri mid lane, they've got Gragas. They now don't have an ADC that scales as well. Their support, while being able to make some more engages, Beta Benno was just so on point hitting these hooks that I'm not sure he's going to stop. I feel like he's still going to do that. Top lane as well isn't particularly more in their favor than it was last time. So I think that just judging from game 1 to game 2, I don't see any reason why this one shouldn't play out the same way.
Well, then it comes down to relaxation.
Yeah.
Honestly, doing what Gragas needs to be doing and hitting those flash body slams and not body slam and then flash and miss.
Yeah.
You kind of need them to hit, otherwise he could have well just went for the ignite.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch. But yep, they might have a little bit more warmed up here. Just got to shake off that rust from game 1, get those fingers nice and warmed up, maybe able to offer a little bit of a better performance and bring this one to game 3, or we might see Virgo clean this one out the same game and then just still have time to drop in for a couple of clash games for the rest of the evening. So we'll need to see if they're able to pull this one out. We are going into our spectator delay for now. We will be onto the Rift in a couple of minutes for you guys. I really would have liked to see RoboX take a TP in mid lane even, or
he didn't really use the ignite.
Yeah, gone back to the
he didn't really use it, so TP or cleanse would have been better. He got caught off by this Johnny ult a couple of times, and cleanse would have gotten him out of that. So I feel like he should have got bought cleanse as well.
I think that
I saw
the RoboX. RoboX was getting hit by a lot of Nautilus hooks as well, but Benno was finding him really, really frequently in those fights. So I think a little bit of extra escape.
He does have aimbot when he plays.
True.
To be fair,
true. It's confirmed.
I don't think I think he missed maybe 1 or 2 in the entire game I saw. Otherwise, he was just on point with everyone.
Yeah, absolutely nutty aim coming out from Beta Benno. Probably swapped to be a CS:GO player at this point because that's where he's going to get the most value out of that aim. He's on the the mechanics minigame where you play as like a Yasuo and you're just dodging those like skill shots around in a little circle. He's on that every night, good hour and a half.
Yeah, he is.
That's what you gotta do, dude. Gotta suffer to be the best.
Yeah, exactly. But Nico brings the TP while Lucian has healed, so the bot lane might be rough for Virgo this time around if the Gragas can find the place in bot side.
Yeah, this definitely speaks to the fact that they're looking to take the fight to Virgo here. Last time they were just kind of shoving the waves in. I don't even honestly remember he's playing the Morgana last time, so we didn't really see any aggression or any proactive plays being made by Meat Squeeze or Borieko last game. It was all just them getting hooked and running away. So now that they can actually step forward into a position where they can take a fight that they want to win as opposed to always backing away from a fight that they're about to lose, you might be able to see them actually take the advantage. And as you say, having an extra heal in your pocket can be pivotal for that.
Yeah, if they had that last game, it would have saved them one of the times. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope Borieko can make some stuff happen. Like not only in bot lane, maybe roam mid, set up the Ahri, remove the cleanse from Syndra, and Ahri can solo kill Syndra.
Yeah,
and Rakan is a really good roaming support as well. So I kind of hope he's gonna do something on the map and not just play passive in bot lane.
Outside of lane, we did see Borieka make some proactive plays, that managing to get around behind blocker and getting the stun, breaking the cleanse into the ultimate. Like there was proficiency there on the Morgana, just the team wasn't in a position to take full advantage of it. And
No.
as you say, if they can get an advantage and still get that proactivity at least outside of lane, then just, you know, get aggressive in lane as well. I think the Borieka a lot more impactful than maybe it seemed like last game. I think he's just waiting, a little bit more potential to be unlocked there.
Yeah, if you just look at the beta banner right now, he has 555,000 points on his Thresh.
Oh boy.
He knows how to play that.
He's fairly confident on this one. But, I mean, Meat Squeeze has 340k on Lucian.
Yeah, so back to a bit more comfort, it seems. So it might be in their favor bot side, because Lucian is stronger than Saya is early on. So they might be able to make stuff happen.
Yeah, it's got to, as you say, we want him going down there, getting those Gragas players. We are just about to get onto the Rift right here. This is going to be game 2 of SRG Virgo versus ULM Gaming Esports. Straight into that pause. Easy combo, the online amateur league classic kind of, but we will get back online for you guys very shortly, I imagine.
Yeah, it's Clash. Clash is fucking up the servers.
Yeah. Do you see that they, you know, withdrew power from the practice tool and from other custom lob? You know, it's withdraw power from the forward shield, full thrusters on Clash. It has to work this time.
Well, I played it yesterday and it worked fine.
Yeah, same here. So I hope be a big step forward for Riot and for the world in general. As for now, to sit and wait, Riot to.
Oh, he brought Hex Flash.
Oh baby, that's what.
Yeah, I love that. Like whenever I'm autofill support, I go Hex Flash on any of the supports I go because I only play pretty much.
Yeah.
So I really love Hex Flash. It's so underrated. If you know what you're doing, it's.
Yeah. The beta banner is one of these players who are not good. So I am looking for Flash right now. Taking a quick look of the Rune to Mastery. There's nothing too out of place. We do have the Conqueror on Camille versus the Press the Attack. I am usually just the combo is that perfect kind of.
Yeah, like you don't really need Conqueror per se because you want to. And I'm pretty sure Soju.
Yeah.
First, and that's just a huge power spike for Renekton into the matchup.
Early power spikes could be if you get this on lock early on. They were able to do so last game, and we might see Moa's Monkey have a bit more of an impact this time. Relaxion, we didn't really see him go. He went top lane once at level 2 to get the flash from Keezers, and then I don't think we saw either jungler go top lane at all last game. It was literally just a farm fest for the whole time that lane was going on. Do you think that either jungler would be better served focusing on that lane? I mean, we know that Relaxion, there's a lot to do bot lane. They need to get this lane ahead, but is it worth Storefeed Aloe's time going up to Moa's Monkey, or maybe Relaxion using that Hextech Ultimatum? Can they get some more done in this lane?
Well, the thing with Serenity is her passive, Renekton can proc it instantly.
Ooh.
So they can double CC the Camille, so they honestly have a lot of kill pressure on her. So they might be able to just get a quick kill up there.
That would be pretty scary, to say the least. And we know that Blocker can hold his own under that pressure. Looks like we're going for another invade for the side of SRG Virgo, and it's actually being counter-invaded on the top side by ULM. So they're not both waiting for an invade, they're now both pulling the trigger, though Ari's been left around to sniff this one out. We'll need to see if this hook can land. She's gonna get decent vision, standing in this brush, gonna see him come around the corner. What's the play here? It's gonna walk away, drop that ward, not gonna play with fire. Another ward drop by SRG Virgo, get vision of that buff. I imagine they're just going to walk out with no harm, no foul done. Both buffs will probably just be taken normally. Actually, they're sticking around. I think this one might be going for a steal for the side of ULM, and if Renekton goes through that jungle, it's going to have a 2v1 on his hands, perhaps. Or he's going the safe way.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take the safe route around. Yeah. Oh, I'm a bit behind.
Oh, hang on. He is waiting. He's waiting. He's going to see this happen. He's going to get the information. This is really big for Virgo. They're going to know what's going on. He's probably can just go straight to lane at this point, or maybe he can ruin their 2v1.
Well, Syndra is moving up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to back out.
Dang, that is rough. That is so rough for Valaction having to walk around there. Kiza doesn't lose anything. Blocker maybe loses a minion or two just walking over, but now no buff secured, and he is way far behind. Storefeed Aloe can just go back to his own buffs, and he's going to get that completed really, really quickly.
Yeah, that was really well played by Virgo, denying the early aggression and putting the Gragas even further behind.
Putting your Gragas
like you don't want to be behind in tempo on an early game jungler against a tank, you know?
Absolutely not. Already 8 CS to none. No buffs have been completed by Gragas yet, and Sejuani's done 2 camps, is heading over to the red buff. Only just now gets that blue lockdown, using the smite as well, no leash. That is really, really yikes, honestly, for this Gragas. Got to shake that one off, and, you know, it sets you behind. It's not like it's the game over. He can still make this one happen, but it's just not quite the ideal start they wanted, especially when you're 1 game away from losing the series.
No, exactly. Like, it seems like there might be a bit of nerve trying to overforce something.
Yeah. You already see the bread and butter combos coming down from Kiza. Just easy dash in, double stun, into that Q, walk away, press the attack procs. Nothing Monkey can really do about it. And that's that tower pushed in already. So Kiza's taken the advantage here, but on the bottom side, it is Meat Squeeze and Borieka with the push on. So they are at least getting this pressure going on in the lane, which they are built to win.
Yeah, they're just trying to make the wave bounce, so it bounces back, so it leaves an opening for Gragas. That's why they're hard shoving the bot lane. They want to make it bounce so Gragas can gank. And Keith kind of did the same in top side, because that wave is gonna slowly push towards Virgo, and that leaves the Camille open for a gank.
Yeah, Aloe is already waiting in the wings here. There's no vision, but did hold the wave just long enough that Monkey's in a pretty safe position right now. Imagine that Keys would have to open it up with a stun. Oh, here they come for this gank. Stun lands, but does get the hook shot onto the wall. Can't cancel that one once it started. No harm done in that top lane. Easily dodged.
Yeah. The idea was there, just pull the trigger a bit too early.
Yeah, just going to retreat back to the Krugs. Just keep working on that CS lead, which Gragas has managed to almost pull back. Only 18 CS to 20 now after the time lost in that top lane. So might be able to pull this one back, get a bit back on top of things. But Keys are still going aggressive. Forces that hook shot out defensively every time. Gets back in, chunks him down again. This is going heavily in Keys' favor now.
Yeah, he's just using the power of Renekton early on. That's the important thing to do when you have press the attack and not Conqueror. You need to be aggressive in lane phase early on because you have more power than they do.
You need to press the attack, as it were. It's aptly named for this reason. And there's good vision for Keezer in that top lane. They've got that scuttle, they've got vision top side of mid and bottom side of top as well. That river is hard to sneak through if you are Relaction. Maybe you can't use a blast cone, there's nothing available there. So I imagine they won't be able to get anything done. We haven't seen him even attempt anything yet. It's just searching through his jungle, trying to find something he can farm. Meanwhile, the bot lane is pushing back, but there's no Gragas there to punish. Top lane's not really doable because of the vision. It's a tough one for sure. Ooh,
I don't know why they're playing so hard.
That's a little bit of a yikes from Nico there. I think he tried to flash, but TP'd onto a minion. I think. I'm not sure. Overall, easy engaged by Barreco. Nico locks himself in position with the TP and goes down. So first blood for Meat Squeeze.
That was I'm pretty sure he thought he might have heal.
Yeah.
So he wanted to heal.
Yeah, because the mouse was still on him, right? Because he TP'd in place, so he wasn't flashing there. So yeah, I think you might be right. Just Misstep from Nico, and Meat Squeeze will give a big fat we take those. Beta Better trying to hold the wave, but isn't going to be allowed to do so. Actually, Borika goes in. It's going to be another press the attack proc from Meat Squeeze. Chunks him down. Nico has come back to lane, walked very slowly with no TP available. Now that's going to be a almost 20 CS lead in first blood for Meat Squeeze.
Yeah, that's what they wanted from the bot lane. Sure, they got it by pure luck of a misplay, but they got the advantage they needed in bot side.
Yeah,
So now Gragas just needs to come down and do it again.
Yes, Flash still available, but if they can get another kill, can burst the Flash, there's no TP to get back to lane, and that's how you can get a real massive CS lead going in the spot lane. That is what Meat Squeeze needs. He's already got BF Sword, Longsword, and Dagger with 3 biscuits waiting to be used. He is in such a prime position to take over this lane.
Yeah, he is. Now they just need to make sure that Saya pushes into them and then punish them for doing it.
See if they can make the one happen. And it's a Infernal Drake first as well. So good for the side of ULM to have control over this bot side. RoboX keeping up in CS a little bit better this time around, and has got that ultimate online with Glacial Augment. Gragas doesn't quite have his ultimate, but he does have the Predator. He's got level 5. He's got stuff to be doing. Most Monkey is getting shoved around real hard right now by the raw BF sword buy from Keezers. I guess he is going for that Spirit Surgeon.
Yeah, it's just it's the best buy. Sure, it's a bit greedy to go the BF one. I would have gone
there's
with
that
the
Beta
Kindling.
Better hook into the flesh, but they're going hard onto the Xayah. He gets burst down solo by the Blade Caller though, and it can't be done. RoboX takes down Aloe on the other side. Now Block is in that 2v1. We've seen him win these. He does have to flash away. Hook dodged by Borieko. That one was on the money by Beta Benner. And once again, just when we thought that bot lane was finally going to turn around for ULM, here comes Relaction into a nice stun by Blocker. He came round, and there's the Unleashed Power. Actually takes Relaction down. This makes it a 2v2, and suddenly it's once again Virgo. They walk away, they scrape away with a lot better than I think it was starting off as.
Yeah, they're just showing they have the advantage from winning the first game, so they're a bit more confident in what they're doing, and that's why they're winning those fights. Relaxation trying a bit too aggressive to win that. They didn't really have that much damage down there. They didn't have an 80 carry, so they're lacking damage, so it was just really greedy of him to go in there.
Yeah, and it all stems once again off Beta Benner landing a hook onto Meat Squeeze, and the Blade Caller follow-up from Xayah just completely melts this champion. He is so strong right now, but if he just gets completely wiped out, there's nothing to follow up. They do at least manage to kill Aloe as well. They get a kill onto Nico eventually, so it's not the worst. Or rather, they already had that kill onto Nico. They get the kill onto Aloe, so it's a 2-for-1 with Summoner's Burnt. Not the worst, but this lane needed to go well for the side of ULM. And Meat Squeeze has got to get those dancing shoes back on, because he cannot be giving up more advantage from this. As Keezers, he's knocking down plates in top lane.
Yeah, like I really hate to see when an 80 carry dies with flash up.
Yeah. Oh,
He could have flashed something. He could have flashed something. Like he had the opportunity.
Into stun, into follow-up, but there's nothing there. The cleanse comes out early. Blocker gets lanterned out though, and Aloe comes in to save him. Both mid laners escape with just a sliver of health. We did see the Hex Flash finally come out, but a little too early in the game. And Relaxion, he's going to be pretty mad he didn't clean that one up, I imagine. Oh, Meat Squeeze with the flash in! He takes it, and now followed up with the engage from Borieko. Door feed, Aloe walks away. Meat Squeeze, that's going to get him right back into this one.
Yeah, it's just not respecting the rotation from bot side from Blocker. I'm sure they told they moved away from bot side, so you just need to respect it and back out.
Yeah, it didn't even seem like a massively impactful Hex Flash. It was kind of scraped across the wall. I don't think it got the maximum distance. I'm not sure though. But overall, Beta Benner, he lands the hook once again, and it is ULM that are going to walk onto this dragon, having turned that around. Meat Squeeze uses his flash, but picking up this Infernal, when you've got something like a Lucian, like an Ahri, I think you're going to be really happy with this. Doesn't get stolen this time as well.
Nah, it shouldn't get stolen this time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it should have gotten stolen last time either, but it did.
No,
so,
but it did.
Yeah. Whoops. This is, I feel like we've just been seeing Keezers. Whenever we look at top lane, he is exactly where he is right now, just outside of tower range, shoving in the wave. He's got a 20 CS lead doing so. Relaxion hasn't been able to make anything happen because of the vision. And it's just, well, Mo's Monkey is getting pushed in 24/7.
Yeah, that's why you don't go Tiamat first. Like, when you get shoved in, you don't go Tiamat first because you're gonna lose the minions by doing it.
Yeah.
Because of the AoE attacks. So you're gonna lose CS by having Tiamat. You can just see the wave. Like, once he hits one of the caster minions, the rest is gonna be too low. So
Yeah.
he's not gonna be picking it up.
It's all out of sequence as now bot lane is back to normal. So far, Relaxion's in the area, and they might look for another Hex Flash from Beta Ban. He did just Hex Flash forward, I think, but to no avail. He's going to walk away. Relaxion's coming in with the Predator. Doesn't have the flash available. Gets an easy ult ultimate. Actually, knocks them both back. A beautiful ultimate combo from Relaxion and Borrieko. That was perfectly played by there. Plus the flash are not good out from Nico. Bot lane, this could be plates. This could be the tower.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to see last game as well. He didn't pull the trigger early on. He waited for the Saya ultimate, and then he went in.
Always got him, pushed him away. The heal speeds up Lucian, and then Rakan dashes to him and over. Nothing Nico can do. More plates are going to fall. This is, as you say, this is what we wanted to see from ULM. This is them taking a little bit of control finally.
Yeah, it's nice to see. This brings up the game into a better state for them, for sure. The solution is going to be huge.
Yeah, big Rammus thumbs up coming out from the bot lane there. They know they're sitting pretty right now. I just can't get over that cask was beautifully placed, so well used.
Yeah, it was.
And Nico ulting so early, maybe he wasn't aware or forgot that Relaxion didn't have flash at the time, so wanted to get that early ultimate, maybe predicting the body slam flash, but ends up just losing any escape option and walks away, ends up losing his life anyway. Love to see it.
Like, the Lucian right now is 1,500 gold ahead of Saya.
Oh. Yes.
And has a Essence Reaver, a pickaxe, and almost Berserker Greaves as well. He's really strong right now.
Yeah, this is absolutely paradise for Meat Squeeze. He is going to be able to take full advantage. Beta Bender going back to this mid lane. Saw some success earlier. Gets the Lantern in. Store does not hit, but the ult, the hit, the hook onto the Gragas, into that Glacial Prison. He's channeling, but he's not going to escape. Beta Bender picks up the kill, unfortunately, but does make something happen in this mid lane once again. Let's just abandon bot lane. Let's go mid lane instead. They're having a lot more success over there.
Yeah.
Oh, a stun actually onto the Ahri. Ult not used, though. Low mana. There goes the Unleashed Power, and it is blocked out by that stopwatch. Well used by RoboX. No mana on Syndra now either. Oh, here comes the engage. Nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Nico just gets wiped out once again. That's a third kill on the board from Meat Squeeze. Early flash by RoboX. Gets himself out of trouble. No ult available, so had to do it. Really a lot of pressure being put on this Ahri now, while their bot lane is just getting massacred.
Yeah, Nico playing way too far up, considering he has no flash.
That could be the tower if they can't get around the corner. Yeah, that's just going to be it. First tower taken by Meat Squeeze and Borrieko, looking like a changed duo in this game. Huge impact. 0-3-2 their opponent in lane. Now, let's see if they go for that lane swap like they did last time, or if they try and push this one up, maybe go to mid lane. A lot of options on the table now for ULM.
They just need to move this bot lane around now. That bot lane is so strong. They just need to move it around, look for plays. I'm pretty sure they want to go for the next Drake as well. It's another Inferno. Yeah, Camille TPing top. They're going to play for Drake.
Yep, lost that tower. Keys is going to take this 1v1. Camille's actually going to go back in for a little bit of a trade. And now a nice hook. Beta Banner catches out Gragas once again. The double stun from Blocker though. And an explosive cast knocks away Serenity. But finally that Q finishes up RoboX. That is going to be at least a value play for the side of Virgo. A little bit of a scrappy one, but they do come away with a kill. Oh, here comes the stun. Ult's available. He goes back in. These guys are getting dangerously low. Both have ults available. I feel like if they keep on going like this, someone is going to go down.
Yeah, but Renekton is going to win that one. Only because he has Spear of Sojin.
True. Yep.
But now they have the TP advantage for Drake as well, so I don't know why Moist Monkey decided to TP to something that was dead anyways.
Yep.
That's just a waste of TP.
He could just walk up and catch the wave, but now the ultimate from Nico has come down, and here comes the TP from Keezers. This is going to be a 5v3 right now. RoboX nowhere to be found. Surely that's an easy pickup. They know they can't contest it. That's going to be evened up Ocean Drakes for the side of SRG Virgo.
Yeah, just free Drake. Camille just shouldn't have TP top lane.
Yeah, lost a lot of pressure. Looks like they're still spoiling for a fight. He just goes in with the flash into that stun, into a glacial prison. Blocker finishes it off. What a beautiful combo from the side of Virgo. 2 free kills. This is now the pressure in the mid lane. They can look for others as well. Nothing that could be done there from the side of ULM.
No, it's the CC chain once again. That worked so well for them last game. They're just doing it again.
Yeah, here's what we did last time, but more and still. And they are just doing it into that stun. And when you have the options, you've got Thresh Hook on board, you've got Glacial Prison, you've got Syndra Stun, Scatter the Weak, and the chosen first engage tool is a Flash Double Dice Renekton Stun. But here comes a flash of Beta Benner's own into a Scatter the Weak, Ignite, W, Killing Spree. That is just so easy for Blocker. He goes to 4-1. He is actually massive right now.
Yeah, and Better Banner once again showing how strong he is.
Yeah. Everyone on the side of Virgo is looking pretty strong. Apart from Nico, I would say he's looking a little bit on the downside right there, but the rest of his 4 team members are doing their jobs to almost perfection right now. They've still managed to pull back that CS lead, or that gold lead, I should say, despite losing first tower bot lane and this 3-1 Lucian being such a terror. We haven't really seen Meat Squeeze do anything with this lead yet. It's all been picks from the side of Virgo.
Yeah, they're just playing where Lucian is not, because the entire gold lead was on Lucian. That's where the entire lead is. Every other lane is behind.
They just don't want any part of what Lucian is selling. They're kind of crushed into the jungle here. This is a little dicey. Hook back onto Relaction. No body slam available anymore. Here comes that dash forward and stun from Keezers. He has gotten completely destroyed after the press the attack. And a TP in from Nico. A hook lands again onto Moa's Monkey. RoboX on the backside just throwing out charms, nothing to do. Meat Squeeze, he cannot do this alone. He is trying to retreat into the jungle. He's got the press the attack propped. He looks for more. He maybe wants it, but he just knows he can't win it. It's such a man disadvantage. It's just the rotations from Virgo. They're always there more on time, and they're doing it so well.
They really are. They're playing by the book.
Into the ult. He lives. Can't shield. Keeps him alive. RoboX retreats back, and here comes the Herald. This is going to be that mid tower once again as well. The macro from these guys is just so fun to watch. They're going to take another tower and extend this lead even further. They're getting a second charge off. They're going to get a nice second... Oh, they don't quite get it. Bounced in by Relaction. Puts his belly in front of Shelly, and he cannot get past. That's going to be a nice save on that tower damage, but it's a pretty meager consolation prize, honestly, as the momentum has swung so far out of their favor.
Yeah, it's the same as last game. They got the early lead, and then they stopped doing stuff around the one member of the team being ahead. I don't know why they're not playing around Delusion.
Oh, that hook was millimeters off. I was ready for that one to land. Seems like they're never the ones really making the aggressive plays anymore, or when they do, they just gonna get collapsed on. Before in the lane, Nico flashes forward. That is some sort of desperate play. Surely, very low percentage chance to success. And now the flash is down again for this Xayah. Maybe punishable later on if we come to a later fight.
Yeah, I don't know why he flashed there though.
I don't know.
That was
looking for
interesting.
The blade caller, I guess. But then oh, hang on, there comes the no flash into the ultimate. What did we expect to happen? It's a killing spree from Meat Squeeze. It's just bullying at this point.
Yeah, I don't know what Nico's doing. He needs to get his head into the game.
Just stop doing anything. Just don't.
Like, look at Illusion. It's Essence Reaver into IE.
Yeah, and Nico's
it's
pushed
so
up there.
Aggressive.
No tower. Yeah, like there's nothing. There's no chance.
Nah, he ain't getting out of that one.
No. Well, that's the flash down. That's the ult down. TP as well. Nico goes back to the base to have a bit more grey screen simulator. But the rest of his team are doing phenomenally still. They are making massively impactful 4-man plays. The Dragon will be up before too much longer, and we'll see if that becomes another trigger for another big fight. Boriako has been making some good engages, mostly onto Nico. But if you can get those engages onto people like Blocker, maybe, onto even Keezers, if you can get a nice press the attack proc on there, or onto Beta Banner, as they just completely catch him on the wrong side of town. Relaction comes in to finish it off. That's going to be a big engage tool removed for Virgo now.
Yeah, just trying to get the vision and getting caught. It happens. You can't really do that much against it.
Yeah, we're now into a 4v4 here. They do have Keezers, they don't have the engagement beta, but they don't have Mo. The TP is available. This could turn into a 4v5. This is eminently winnable for ULM, and I think the Virgo know that. They're getting CC'd really hard right now. A Charm lands onto Keezer. Explosive Cast doesn't really do anything. Mo's Monkey's TP'd in, and he's gone in, and now he is forced in, and then he flashes back out. At the very least, he kept the side of SRG Virgo distracted when they pick up the Dragon, but I feel like that was not necessary.
No, that was a bit of miscommunication of like, can we turn? Can we turn? No,
Yeah.
they just wanted the free mountain dragon to back up.
Body slams back into the minions, instantly hooked. Relaxion caught out of place. 2-5-1 so far this game. Beta Banner will not let you get away with that one. Another flash forced out of Borieco as well. Beta Banner, the one time he gets caught out, he's back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah, he is. Like, he wants a payback.
He's fuming at his keyboard right now.
Yeah.
So he comes in, gets instant value, and they're rotating to the Baron right now. There's no Smite contest available. Mo is going back to his base with no TP. There's no vision. It's going to be taken away for free. There's nothing. There's no response from ULM.
No, I don't think you can. Like,
Yeah,
the
true.
Renekton alone is 2k ahead of his counterpart.
Oh,
The mid lane is
jeez.
2.6k ahead. Like, sure, the
Oh my
Lucian is ahead, but the rest of the map is just so far behind.
Yep. So now that we've identified the gold leads being completely horrific, they do have Lucian in a good spot though. What do ULM need to do to try and win fights? Is it literally just, you know, Borieco and Lucian go on a two-man goon squad trying to get picks? Can they even look at taking fights at all? Is it split push time for Mo? How do they stay in this game and actually get some use out of this Lucian?
They lose the side lane right now because Camille is too far behind. They don't win team fights. They picked a pick comp with an early game AD carry with a lot of burst damage. So that's what they need to be doing. They need to clear vision and then wait for a Virgo to come in to try and get the vision. And then kill them. Because they have a lot of damage on one target.
The flash forward from Blocker, instantly punished by an explosive cast, and he gets cancelled out of the Lantern by Borieco. Beautiful play there. They caught him out, and a shutdown goes over to Relaxion. As now a fight's going
like
into the spot
that.
lane as well. Yeah, like that.
That's what you need to be. Yeah, that's what you need to be doing.
Yeah. Really well played there. Borieco, I have to say, over both games, has been making a lot of impact given the cards that he's been dealt. He's been doing a lot of work on these pick supports. Now has a different style, though, the Rakan, of course, but he's still getting great use out of it.
Yeah, it was just Blocker being way too aggressive with no vision about where the rest of them are. It's just way too aggressive to go in like that against a Rakan and Gragas.
Yeah, I think the fault can be laid relatively squarely at Blocker's feet for the aggressive flash forward. When you have Baron as well, there's just no need to be getting that excited. Borieco doesn't have ult available. They're looking to potentially collapse again, but I don't think they have the tools to do it. They're just going to retreat back to their towers.
Yeah, and like Blocker even gave over a shutdown. Like, you don't want to give over a shutdown when you have the Baron.
Yeah, not ideal by any means. Still going to finish off that turret and the one in bot lane. The Baron buff still doing a lot of work. So this is, of course, what we would expect. Gold lead now, heading towards 3k. It's really not insurmountable for the side of ULM, though, of course, their ADC is going to start falling off. And their mid laner hasn't been able to do too much. A charm lands, RoboX has to walk away. So much threat now from people like Aloe, people like Blocker when he's not flashing himself into danger. They've got to be so afraid of the pick and the engage tools, I think, that Virgo can bring to bear. RoboX is quite deep in that jungle. Beta Benner's walking around, clearly looking for something he can throw out, fishing for picks. He hasn't managed to land one there. And actually, Mace goes, engages onto Nico. Look at that. Prostate attack proc. He goes in, gets the ultimate down, has to walk away. That is a nice pickup getting the ult down, but Mo is now trapped in a 1v4. The 1v1 isn't good for Nico, but the 4v1 is worse for Mo's Monkey.
Yeah.
He gets taken down. And now this is going to be another turret being threatened as a TP from Xayah comes straight back. No harm done. Cast is ineffective, I would say. And the hook onto Meat Squeeze. You cannot be there, my friend. The flash forward from Xayah finishes him off. Here comes the Glacial Prison. Here comes Keezus on the Lizard Wizard. Charm does land. He is going to get taken down by that turret, but it just doesn't matter. That's a 4-4-1 for Virgo off the back of another beautiful hook by Beta Banner. This way I just can't stop landing them.
Nah, like you need to respect the fact that Beta Ben has been hitting pretty much every hook,
Yeah.
so you
And
can't
that
be
was
going aggressive as the only one on your team that's ahead. You can't go aggressive like that.
feel like Meat Squeeze took a little page out of the blocker school of positioning at that point, walked really
Yeah.
far forward just to throw an ultimate out, gets instantly wiped out, and they lose an inhibitor for their trouble. So he will hopefully learn that lesson. As Blocker is still quite deep on here. If he spots RoboX, he is maybe going to be able to find a kill. Doesn't actually have vision on him in that lane, I think. Maybe just going to walk back, but I don't know. RoboX might need to be afraid of a Syndra coming up behind him, as the dragon does get taken away. So that's 2 for 2 now.
Yeah, like this Ari, I just feel like this Ari was really not that good to pick. Like, sure you have to slow and all that, but you don't really have any damage. Like Ari brings no damage to the table right now.
So many times we've seen them land a charm onto Keezers or Storefed Aloe and just nothing happens. They just walk away and they go, well, okay, cheers. I know where you are now. Just gonna leave. And there's just nothing to back it up, as you say. So they don't have the damage to follow up. If you go full utility Ari with the Glacial, you really need something with a lot of damage follow up. And when Camille is behind and Meat Squeeze is dead, there's nothing to follow up there.
Well, they have the Gragas combo, but
Yeah.
his Gragas is really not on point. Sure, he made one good thing in bot lane, but then he made a bad thing on the other side of the map as well.
That's a good thing for Blocker right there, and a very bad thing for RoboX. He gets wiped out by the Glacial
You
Crystal.
can't, like, if he had Cleanse,
Yeah,
he would have
he
gotten
lives.
out of that.
Yeah. It's just time and time again it's happening. Beta Benner throwing out hooks still. RoboX, we saw it last game, we saw it this one. The Ahri is constantly being picked off. Keyser's pushing in that bot lane. They're just going to set up for another easy Baron take, I imagine. Meat Squeeze is at least in the area, but he is about to get picked off. He's on vision. No stun to follow up. Maybe he's going to get away with his life. A Storefed Aloe went pretty deep for this one. Gets picked up. A Locket comes through. Borika ready to punish. The flash away, though, from Serenty. The cast knocks him back in. The reflection is so low, but here comes Keezers to ruin everyone's day. Meat Squeezer has to flash away. He is still running. He cannot do it. Maybe he can, actually. He's kiting out pretty well. Borika had to go back to that bot lane, and overall, jungler for jungler, not the worst.
Nah, it's just this over-aggression again. Like, Aloe doesn't have ult. He doesn't have a clear way of proccing his aftershock. So he's not really that tanky.
Yeah.
Not any armor at all, and then you have Illusion with two big crit items and a PD.
Onto Syndra, gets caught up by the turret. He's going to go down. Meat Squeeze still lives. This is very doable for ULM now. The turret goes down, but it's all on Meat Squeeze. He has to survive this. He's got doubles, but only half health. Camille is on full health, though, with the ultimate available. You got to believe they can make something happen to defend their inhib. They are going to finally push away that pressure. Here come the Spooky Ghost to slow them down, but that is just going to further stave off any pressure. As overall, that goes 1 for 1 again. They lose the tower, but not the inhib.
It's still worth it for Virgo, and they do the right thing. They don't over-aggress, they back out. They don't want to risk giving the Lucian any more resources.
Perfectly fine for Virgo here. They are still 17 kills up, 17 kills to 12 up, I should say. Over 5k in the lead. The Baron is now back on the map. The vision is very much in their favor, just spread all across the jungle. I feel like it's theirs for the taking, and it's going to be on ULM to come in and try and contest. And that's when we potentially hit a 5v5 that could be very painful for them. Orieko trying to clean out that vision. He's going to get pushed over by Sejuani, though. They know that they're going to be coming for it. They drop a couple of wards, and they're in the right area. Keys are now going to get that pressure on bot lane. Mo is Monkey. Once again, this game just relegated to bot lane side lane duty all the time. Is never able to have that much of an impact. He's put up against the 5-1-3 Renekton, for Lord's sake. He's not going to be having fun in there. And I think it's just going to be down to who manages to pull the trigger first on this Baron fight.
Yeah, like we have TP on both the top laners sitting in bot side. Like I just feel like Renekton should just walk away, just shove the wave, and then walk away.
Yeah. He's out of vision right now, so they cannot tell where he is. They've started up the Baron. Looks like Yeah, ULM are looking to try and get in here. They want to start something off. Beta Benner lands a hook onto Roboix once again, instantly chunked down to 30%. The culling has come down, but to no avail, and he gets flayed out the pit relaction with no chance to get it. The Baron secured by the red team, and now Keezers is in here just wreaking havoc on the backside. Meat Squeeze has managed to take him down with the help of Relaction, and this is so far a 1-4-1. Borieco is down, and looks like ULM, they don't want to let them get away for free, but they just don't have a way in. The stun doesn't land onto Meat Squeeze. The ult does, though. He has to walk away. RoboX, once again, forced away by Beta Benner. Throws down the lantern. Xayah takes it, but they've already gone out of dodge, and this 1-for-1 with the Baron is going to be so good for Virgo. They're just going to shove these lanes in. This is absolutely what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect fight. Sure, Keezers may go down, but just another hook, like nothing there.
Just showing you can hit them again. You know, just don't forget. Okay, just remind you that I will hit these on you. And they get the inhib and walk away. The Mountain Dragon is there for the taking. They've got that bot inhib exposed as well. They can have an easy reset, then come back for that objective.
Yeah, I don't really see a clear way for UML to get back unless somehow Delusion can dodge away from Thresh, Renekton, Sojani, and the Syndra damage.
Yeah.
So he's gonna go godlike mode to make that work.
Yeah, the hook lands onto Borieco, but it is punished there. Meat Squeeze goes in, forces Beta Benner to flash away. That's not the worst overall. Dragon still goes in the favor of SRG. Nothing really achieved for ULM. I just want to throw a bit of respect out to the Rabadon's purchase for Relaction on this Gragas. He has got a singular purpose in mind right now. And to be fair, if he gets onto someone like Blocker, he could probably one-shot.
Oh yeah, he can. For sure, but he's not been showing that he can hit the... yeah, you gotta get past all the hoops and all that stuff. But yeah, if he lands it, then it's gonna hurt. But he's not really been showing up.
Yeah, I mean, this just shows how in control Virgo are, that Nico, who went from 0-4, is now 2-4-8. This is almost a respectable scoreline at this point for someone who had a very much less than respectable first half of this game. Now has his flash and ult available. He's going to be able to easily get away from any hard engages using those tools. So Blocker has his cleanse as well. Now. Oh, he does. Got extra gold to be earned if they can actually make it happen. Blocker's got his cleanse and his flash, so this is going to be tough to actually secure the engage. Inhib just being chipped away, easy as you like. They're going to walk this wave in. They're grouped in nice and tight. Blocker on the side, 4 on the bottom. All 5 members of ULM ready and waiting, getting forced back to their Nexus towers. They are just getting pushed in relentlessly right now. Double empowered cannon minion. Beta Banner throwing out hooks. They just can't find a way into this one. The slows have come out, but to no avail. The charm throws out, but to no avail. Syndra stun's coming out. There's so much to keep track of the side of ULM here, and it's just... Finally a charm lands, but it's just nothing goes on. There's just so much pressure coming in from SRG Virgo. Nice double stun as he walks out of the base.
Yeah, they should just move top side and just get the last one.
Yep. Nice textbook.
Just like last game, just textbook. Just 3 inhibs and just watch the minions win.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
So at this point now where Lucian has 4 items, but Nico's almost got 4 items as well. Syndra's almost got 4 items. Renekton almost has. There's just so many threats to deal with. You don't know really where to look.
Oh, you look where Thresh is so you don't get hit.
Good start. That is a good base to start on for sure. Culling comes down just to clear out that wave. Nico takes a shot, but not really much damage. Just going to wait for these super minions. They're building up in that bot lane. They're coming through the mid lane a little slower right now, but they have got plenty of time to spare. Another minion wave coming in behind them, and a Thresh hook goes in. Does not land, though. Just throwing out the Hex Flash. Relaction goes in for the cask. A huge explosion knocks everyone around, and Borieco gets in with that follow-up to ult. And now the Ghost Stoneplate comes down for the side of Serenity. Keeps her alive for so long, and Moe's Monkey went so deep and just got wiped out in the 1v5. It was a fine attempt at an engage, but now the hook starts to land. Nico goes on a rampage as Relaction is taken down. That is truly the opening they need. The minions are flooding in. They're diving over the walls. They are using this to go for the end in this 3v5. Meat Squeeze, he's done so much this game, but I don't know if he can do it all in the 3v5. The towers are down. Here are the minions. There's just nothing they can do. That is going to be SRG Virgo actually getting a kill onto the Sejuani. Meat Squeeze doesn't want to go down without a fight. Beta Benner cannot land that last hook, but it does not matter. SRG Virgo take a strong 2-0 victory over ULM.
Yeah, Virgo really starting out strong in this division. Really showing up, showing they're here to play.
So,
Of skill.
played pretty much the same comp twice in a row, and you can see why they're so comfortable playing in this way. It seems.
Yeah, the damage graph. I'm not gonna say that the Camille did less damage than everyone else, but
That is
kind of did.
certainly what happened.
Yeah.
Overall, I feel like we barely even saw Moa's Monkey this whole series. He just barely was on the screen at any one point, and just both times, top lane in game 1 was just a pretty boring lane matchup, a farm fest with no jungle pressure, and then this time the Renekton comes down, absolutely bullies him all the way back to his tower, just shoves him in, takes that tower solo, isn't able to do anything in these fights, finishes 0-3-0 with, a half-decent CS score. Just really not enough impact, I think, coming out from that Camille when there are people like Keezers, Blocker, Nico, maybe less so in this game, but there's just so many threats for the side of Virgo that you really need everyone firing on all cylinders to match them.
Yeah, he got really outmatched in topside. Keezers really stepped up his game for today.
Yeah,
So did the entirety of Virgo.
Yeah, I think Blocker was really consistent throughout this game, almost always.
Oh yeah, he was.
Apart from that flash forward in mid lane,
Yeah,
really good decision making. That was bad.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
No. And to be fair to Meat Squeeze, he did significantly more damage than anyone else on that map in that game, despite the fact that his team was getting kind of shoved around. So game 1, he had a bit of a rough one. Game 2, really picked himself up on this Lucian. And I think that this is something that I expect to see better things from Meat Squeeze in the future on this champion, because he's really shown that he knows what he's doing with this one. And Borrieko as well. Really great performance, I think, from both games, despite the way they actually turned out.
Yeah, of course. Like, the bot lane was the good point from ULM. They just need to fix the rest of the map, like, comp-wise. They need to pick something that honestly works for them, because this does not.
Yeah, a little bit of limit testing going on maybe, and limits have been found, I believe. So looking good for that bot lane. Mix up the draft, maybe just get a little bit more polish on the rest of them, and I'm sure ULM will be able to offer strong competition going forward. SRG Virgo offering strong competition from the get-go, undoubtedly. And that is going to be it for our final game broadcast of this week, Week 1 in Division 2 here at Serenity Gaming. SRG Virgo taking that 2-0 victory. I have been CJ, casting alongside me has been Hunish. That is going to be it for us, folks. Have a good night.